Welcome to Radio Express World News, presented by Vibha Ramesh, Los Angeles, United States. Today's news bulletin begins with data from Florida reporting 15,300 new cases of coronavirus on Sunday, which is the highest single-day record in any state since the pandemic. Although the number has beaten New York's 12,000 recorded in April, Florida is reporting far fewer deaths than the Big Apple. Director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, Dr. Anthony Fauci, said in a recent interview that Florida opened too soon and bypassed health guidelines. Parts of the Midwest are now seeing a spike in daily infections, while Ohio reported 1,525 new cases of coronavirus. That brings us to say that 37 states are showing a growth in the outbreak. Hospitals that are usually understaffed during the summer are working overtime and having more doctors and nurses work round the clock to address this surge. Trump's commutation of Roger Stone's sentence has instigated a series of criticism and remarks over abuse of presidential power by Democrats and some Republicans alike. Former Special Counsel Robert S. Mueller III may be invited to testify before the panel after he defended the prosecution of Stone. In another incident, 17 sailors and 4 civilians suffered minor injuries when an explosion and a fire broke out on the USS Bonhomme Richard at Naval Base San Diego. India's increasing toll of positive COVID-19 patients, which exceeded 28,000 on Saturday, had two of the nation's most popular figures, Bollywood star Amitabh Bachchan and his son Abhishek Bachchan, added to the list. Standing third after the United States and Brazil, the alarming spike in the number of new single-day infections in India is leading hospitals to a point where pregnant women have died in labor after being turned away. Officials are looking at reimposing restrictions across the country to help contain the virus. To this effect, borders between states are closed and so is international travel. However, practicing social distancing in a densely populated nation like India is a big challenge. Recent data reveals the nation's coronavirus toll at 878,254 and death toll at 23,174 as of Monday. The 9-year-old case of the historic Sri Padmanabhaswamy Temple in Kerala is finally set to hear the verdict from the Supreme Court. The administration and management of the temple has been a case of controversy pending in the Apex Court for 9 years. Beginning July 18, Australian citizens and residents flying back to New South Wales from abroad will be charged for their mandatory 14-day quarantine. According to the state premier, the recent surge in Melbourne has impacted the economy in a big way, and 14-day hotel quarantine of travellers is one of the measures imposed to curb the rapid spread of the virus. Such a measure has already been implemented in Queensland and the Northern Territory. Meanwhile, in Palestine, a new 2-week lockdown has been imposed as infections soar on the West Bank. Further, travel has been banned between provinces and a stringent curfew between 8 p.m. and 6 a.m. has been imposed by the Palestinian Authority as the sudden leap in the number of new COVID-19 cases from 72 on July 2nd to 5,100 on July 12 has left the state in a shock. Amidst the surging spread of coronavirus in Poland, voters are in contemplation for a final election between the presidential office holder Andrzej Duda and his competitor Warsaw's mayor Rafał Trzaskowski. Keeping in mind that the country has already recorded over 37,800 infections and over 1,500 deaths, adequate precautions like social distancing and mask wearing will be mandated at the polling stations. President of South Africa is imposing a ban on the sale and distribution of alcohol in the wake of the current spike in new single-day cases of COVID-19. The country holds a toll of 264,000 infections and 4,000 deaths till date. President Cyril Ramaphosa said in a statement, "As we head toward the peak of infections, it is vital that we do not burden our clinics and hospitals with alcohol-related injuries that could have been avoided." A quick look at the petroleum industry. A plausible increase in the output of oil is likely to happen in Saudi Arabia and other oil-producing countries in view of the easing of lockdown and a probable increase in demand. The oil-producing countries want to ensure an increase or at the least maintain their share of the recovering market. However, according to analysts, the actions taken by the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries and other participating nations could be eclipsed by the impact of the pandemic on demand. With that, we come to the end of this news bulletin. Thank you for joining us. Please stay tuned for the next program on Radio Express. To receive Radio Express English news and English programs in your WhatsApp, please send a WhatsApp message, English programs, to 90727 95547. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Radio Express. Thank you.